All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here, and tonight I've got a prototype watch in from Audric Watches. Now, if you guys aren't on Instagram and you follow watch posts, you've probably seen these watches out there. The Watch Bravda and a lot of other famous Instagrammers have posted this watch out there, and it's a really, really nice looking piece. I do think that once they release these, they're going to be super, super popular. Now, they plan on a Kickstarter release, I do believe in April. I'm not sure if that's kicked off yet. But you can go over to the website that they have linked through their Instagram. I'll leave the description and links down in the bottom in the description of this video. But you can follow them and definitely check them out. They've got a number of colorways they're planning for these watches. So really, really nice looking watch, especially these dials on these watches just blow me away. But let's go ahead and get into this thing. Now, they are all Swiss-made watches, and they're very well developed. These have the SW200 Sellita in them, so it's going to be a really great high-beat Swiss movement in these watches. And like I said, the colorways they're offering are going to be spectacular. It's a big watch, I'll let you know that right off. Comes in at over 44. I measured 44 and a half from side to side on the case, 51.9, so right around 52. Lug tip to lug tip, and you have a 15.3 millimeters of thickness running a 22 millimeter lug opening. But the way the case is designed and the sloping of the watch and everything, it really fits on the wrist well. I'll get a wrist shot here towards the end of the video. Now, being that this is a prototype watch, I'm going to let you guys know that there is a whole lot that is going to change on the watches. I'll let you know right up front. He says they plan to do better finishing on the watch, which is kind of crazy because this thing is really, really well done, which is great. They're going to widen the hands. These are rhodium finished hands, by the way, which is quite impressive. Rhodium is a very, very high-grade material, and it's quite expensive to use in watches. I know Rolex uses it quite a bit in their dials and their handsets, but it's really nice that the handset, and I'm not sure if the indices are rhodium plated, but that's really a nice offering. But these are going to be wider, I do believe, on the new models, the handset it is, and they are going to have 30% brighter lume on the watch. So I got that out of the way. So those are the changes that are planning, and I do believe a few changes to the bracelet and the clasp. But other than that, I got to tell you guys, this is quite an impressive watch. Taking a closer look at the dial, you guys can see this just amazing, amazing texturing to the dial. And it's a sandwich dial. If you look down here at the very bottom, you guys can see these cutaways where you have these little tiny lume dots at every second mark all the way around the dial. Pretty impressive, and especially when I get the lume shot up. Even though they're going to improve the lume on this watch, it's pretty doggone good. So with the Sellita SW200, you get the smooth sweep of that second hand, beating along at 28,800 vibrations per hour, and you also get a date complication down here at the 3 o'clock window. The bezel on the watch is a 120 click bezel. It is a sapphire insert with lume, of course, as you would expect with just a really nice watch like this. And I really like the way they've done on the dial. They've done up to the 20-minute mark. Instead of having the hash marks on the bezel, they've actually put it right here on the dial. So you've got your red into your yellow. It's kind of a neat effect. Quite a beautiful finish on the that sapphire bezel insert. It is a sapphire crystal on the watch, of course, and it has 5 layers underneath of AR reflective, anti-reflective coating. The case on the watch is quite spectacular, I must say. Now you can see the cutaways in the side of the case. You can see the polishing on that upper rib, but what's really neat is it goes to a brushed finish along the side of the watch. You can see the beautiful crown guards reaching up to that signed crown. I'll also let you know that the crown on this watch is lumed. Flipping it over, I'll show you that cutaway on the other side of the watch. Now, this is a 500-meter dive watch, so you are going to get that helium escape valve built into the side of the case there. I didn't show you really a whole lot of the writing on the dial, so we'll get that up here and show you. The Audric painted on there very nicely, just below the 12 o'clock, nice and thick so you can really see it. And this is the Seabourn 500-meter watch from Audric Watches. Now, the Seabourn series, I think this is their very first watch, but they've communicated with me that they are going to make a whole lot more watches out there. I love what they've done with this. I love the way they're pushing it out there on Instagram, getting a whole lot of people interested in this watch. So taking a look at the bracelet, it's a really nicely done bracelet, I have to say. A little bit of perlage work done inside of here on the scissor style clasp assembly, and it has micro adjustment here. So he says they're going to improve it, and they're actually going to add small micro adjustments here so you can do even more adjusting to this bracelet. I do believe these are screwed links on this bracelet. Yes, they are. And it's just really, really well done. The brushing on the outside with these polished center links, excuse me, it looks really, really nice. Beautiful looking watch. Taking a look at the case back here, all the information you need to have about the watch. The 50 atmospheres, so that's 500 meters, 316L stainless steel, the Audrix Seaborn, and the movement being the SW200 and the Sapphire. This is the limited, I think, run on these watches, so this is a zero model, being this a prototype, and I love that turtle design on the back of the watch. They definitely consider this a turtle style watch, and I really actually agree with them that this is a turtle style case design. So let me go ahead and pause it for a second, get this watch on my 7-inch wrist, and then we'll go out that lume shot. So I didn't have to size this watch to my wrist because of that glide lock style assembly here in the bracelet. I can kind of move it and make it fit me, but the watch wears impressively well for a watch of this size. You guys can see that even at 51.9 lug tip to lug tip, the way it comes down, it almost shapes to the wrist very nicely. Really like the way they've done that. This is a 44.5 millimeter case from side to side. I've seen green colorways, gray colorways available. I do think they have a few different ones, black of course, but I do believe that Audrich with the Seaborn 500 meter automatic has really got a home run on their hands here when they actually release this watch. Now I'm gonna leave the information down below in the description where you can check these out. Get signed up for the Kickstarter release. I would definitely suggest you do that because I think that these watches are going to go fast. They are really, really impressive beasts. And I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not quite sure of the price point. They said they're going to be affordable, so I'm believing that's going to be in the under $1,000 range, but these are quite impressive pieces, guys. Let's go ahead and pause it and check out the lume. Now, like I said, prototype watch, the lume is not exactly where they want it to be yet. And I think that's pretty standard on these prototype style watches. You have the lume sent over in multiple different grades on different parts of the watch so that you can kind of judge how you want the watch to be in the long run. So, but look at this, guys. It's impressive. Obviously using some BGW9 here on the bezel insert, the handset, and on these indices all the way around the watch. I think it's really, really impressive. I'm super excited about these watches once they launch on Kickstarter. So, all right, guys, check the links down below in the description if you want to follow and check out these watches. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. If you've not subscribed to the OFD channel yet, please do. Please do. Thanks, guys.